Hey, I'm Leray Easterwood, father, realtor, and entrepreneur. And over 90% of you are going to need to obtain financing when you purchase your next home. And I came straight to the source to find out exactly what you need to know. In
3, 2, 1.
Hey, so we're back, and we're downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm here with Chris Locker, president of Smart Home Lending, to help clarify and simplify some of this crazy business that goes along with purchasing a home and home financing.
That is the understatement of a lifetime, man. But yeah, I'm glad to be here. Seen a few of you guys before on this channel. Happy to help Leray out. First off, this is not advertisement. This is just basic generalities of home financing and things that you need to know before I get going into it. I just want to make sure that every circumstance is a little different, but we will go over some of the things that I think are most important.
You were telling me earlier about the 3 C's.
Yeah, so kind of getting into, and we're just going to jump into this because we don't have a whole lot of time on Facebook, but there's basic items that we're going to look at as a lender, any lender that you speak with, and I call them the 3 C's. And you're probably going, what are the 3 C's? Well, the first one is character, and you're going, how does that mean in financing? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Last one is credit, and then the third one, the second one rather is credit, the third one is capacity, okay? So you got character, credit, and capacity, okay? So character, what does your character have to do with financing? So character, as we look at it, is actually how have you paid your bills in the past? So a lot of people use a credit score to indicate that, but there's more than just a credit score. It's payment history, what kind of debt you've had in the past, or the things that aren't on your credit report, like rent history. Have you been paying your rent? Those are really, really important things, especially for those first-time home buyers that are going out to buy their first home. We want to make sure that this isn't an overwhelming task for you. So the other one is credit, and we look into that quite extensively. So have you gotten credit in the past? And I always look at it this way: if I let Leray borrow $100 and he says he'll pay you back next week.
Yeah.
I don't know about it, but he'll pay me back. If he says he'll pay me back next week and he does, then that's a good mark on you. But if he says, hey, I don't have it this week, it'll be the next, we're going to look into that a little bit different. Same way with any of your financing, like credit cards, things like that. We know mishap, they happen all the time. Life happens and maybe I didn't get the bill. That's okay, but if it becomes a real problem or it happens over and over, that's where you're going to really look into some.
Just to interject real quick, I get a lot of people asking or saying that they know what their credit score is, they looked it up on Credit Karma or other places, whatever. But you actually need to get with an actual lender, since they're the ones you're going to have to go to get a loan and see how they view your credit, right?
That's right. And this is something that we can probably simplify this all over the place. So a lot of times when people realize with credit, you may go on that Credit Karma or apply for 0% financing at Nebraska Furniture Mart or even a car loan. While you have 3 different credit bureaus, we all use different things called scorecards, and they're unique specifically to whatever you're applying for. So your score might be different when you apply for a credit card, as it would be for a mortgage, as it would be on your Credit Karma, and anything else. So that's probably one of the bigger confusing things I always get. It's kind of like a Zestimate. Would you say that's about right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's people think it's accurate, but it's usually a little off. The last one is capacity, and this is probably the biggest one. I think there's been a huge generation change from this, and a lot of financing and the rules that we have in financing, I think, and I feel, come from the baby boomer generation, and that's been you always save 20% up, and that is exactly what you do. And honestly, up until maybe 10, 15 years ago, the average consumer had 20% of equity in their home. Well, that's completely changed. Now the average down payment is 5%. And obviously there's programs like FHA, which is as little as 3.5%. And there's all sorts of different programs. That's not what we're here to talk about today. But we're going to look at the capacity. Do you have money to bring to the table? Do you have skin in the game to do that? And those funds can be gifted by family members and other things that way. So I guess to simplify and keep it all in perspective, in my experience, and I've been in this industry for quite some time, is a lot of folks, they want to get excited about seeing the homes and going out and finding it, and then they come talk to a lender, which unfortunately it happens more often than I wish it did, and we can help you there, but it is really important to know exactly what your financial parameters are, where your financial comfort zone is, before you go find that house. I don't know if you would agree with me.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
And a lot of folks, you can't buy a home without a pre-approval letter. So whoever you talk to, make sure that you get settled with your finances first. All right, guys. Well, I guess in a nutshell, I think the reason I really want to do this video is that there's a lot of emotion when you go and buy a home, and it is the fun part is going and finding that perfect home and getting emotionally invested. But the really important part is when you talk to your agent, make sure they refer you to a great lender so that you know exactly what you can buy, define your financial comfort zone, and really take it from there. So that's kind of all I got, Ray. I hope that helps.
Oh, I did. Appreciate you, brother. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have more videos coming that are going to actually engage every aspect of a real estate transaction. So hit subscribe. If you like this video, actually hit the like button for me and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.
See ya.